Hello everyone, and welcome back to Beverly's Design Time. Today I'll be doing a highly requested DIY on this mask. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, more than likely you've seen it in the background. And the reason that I waited this long to do this DIY is because I needed to get another mask. So here's the mask that I'll use to do our DIY with. And I purchased this mask from a store called Spirit Halloween. It opens up in September, and I think it closes right after Halloween. But we'll also be using some junk mail. You can also use newspaper, but all that we're going to be doing with this junk mail is tearing it into small pieces. We're going to be using some Elmer's glue. Do not use Mod Podge for this project. Use Elmer's glue. I have a container to put my glue in, and I also have a brush. So what I want to do is just pull this off. Oh, and the mask is only $3.99. Cut this and then we'll get started. Okay, so let me just cut this off. Alright, so I'm going to do something different. Let me move this aside. I'm going to do something different with this mask because some of you might have trouble removing the paper mask once it's dry completely. So I have some oil. And I'm just going to rub some on here just to help it release. This is actually avocado oil, but you can use any kind of oil. Baby oil, whatever oil you might have. So hopefully this works. If not, then I'll just wipe it down and start over. First thing I want to do is put some glue in this container. And get some paper. And all you want to do is just tear random pieces. It's good to keep some straight edges for when you want to go along here. So I'll keep this one, even that one. Like that. So I'll tear some more as I need it. Okay, the first thing I want to do is go ahead and dip my paintbrush into the glue and put some glue on the mask. Set the paper on top, put some glue on top and smooth it out. Try and smooth out all the wrinkles. Okay. Add more paper, more glue. So this is how we complete the very first part of our mask. I'm going to actually end up doing about 3 to 4 coats of paper. So after this completely dries, I'll come back in and do another layer of paper and glue. And sometimes you'll get some really stubborn wrinkles. Just use your finger or thumb to smooth it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my first layer of paper, speed up the video, and then I'll come back and start my second layer. After that, I'll just go ahead and skip to our next step. Okay guys, as usual, while I was videoing, the battery died. So I just came back to let you guys see what the first layer looks like. So I'm going to let this completely dry. I'll come back and add a second layer and a third layer, and then we'll go on to the rest of the DIY. Hi everyone, I'm back, and it has been about 24 hours, and I actually put about 4 layers of paper onto the mask. So our next step is to go ahead and take this off. So the way that I do it is I'll just pull it, and you can hear a crack. I don't know if you can hear it. But just pull the mask and press it, and the paper will start to release from the mask. You can do it like this. Turn it, you hear the pop. You hear a pop. So all you do is just start pulling your mask away from your paper. Very carefully. If you have to press it with both hands while you pull the mask, you can do it that way. Just go all the way around and separate the two. Now, if you don't want to go through all this, you don't have to. You can just decorate the mask itself. Maybe put a couple layers of paper on top of it, so if it does drop, it won't break. But like I said before, the reason I did it like this in the first place is because I wanted to reuse the mask over and over and over again to make more of the paper mask. Don't take a little time, but it will release. So now all I need to do is release the nose. One thing about the paper mask is when you do get this off, if there's any dents, you can fix it. Okay. Well, that took some time. So all that I'm going to do now is check it and see if it's too thin in some places. And if it is, then I will go ahead and add more glue and paper. But this one seems to be pretty good. Alright, so you can leave your mask this way, but if you look at the original, you'll see that I did cut it. Okay, so I have my scissors, and I'm just going to use this mask for a guide. So now I just need to even this up some. I'm done cutting my mask, I'm going to take this outside and spray it with some white primer. And I'll be using this white primer by Krylon. You can also use white acrylic paint to paint the background if you need to. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, then I'll come back and we'll pick up where we left off. Okay everyone, I'm back, and this is the very next day. I actually ended up putting 2 coats of the white primer on my mask. I didn't do anything on the back, it's still like that. One thing that you can do if you want it to be smoother is take some Mod Podge and do about 2 coats, and that would smooth this out some. But because I'm going to cover this mask with Bling, I'm not worried about the way it looks. So the next thing that I want to do, since I'm using 2 colors, is I want to take a line and draw right down the middle. And you can use acrylic paints or you can use spray paint. I think I'm going to go ahead and use spray paint. Okay, so I'll be using this Krylon Brilliant Silver, and I picked this up at Walmart, and I'll be using that on the left side. I will also be using this Rust-Oleum Blue. It's called Seaside Blue, and I picked it up at Walmart as well. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and get some tape and tape half of this off, spray paint one side, and then spray paint the other side. So let's just do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some junk mail to cover one side. Alright, first I just want to figure out where the middle is. You can actually use a pen, but I'm just going to eyeball it. So that's what I have so far. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some of this underneath the tape to seal off this side. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this out back. Paint this side silver, let it dry, come in and remove this tape, let you guys see what it looks like. Okay guys, as you can see, I have spray painted the left side of the mask silver. So what I'll do now is just remove this tape. And you can see how that turned out. Pretty darn good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just cover this side so I can spray this side blue. So I'll just tape it the same way. Okay, so I know that looks kind of crazy, but it'll get the job done. So I'll just go ahead and spray paint the side blue, and then I'll come back and we can go on with the DIY. Okay guys, so I'm back. And as you can see, I've already spray painted this blue. So let's just remove the tape. Okay guys, so I'm done with that part. So if you look here, you can see a little bit of white here and here, but don't worry about that because that'll be covered. So the next thing that I want to do is go ahead and start working on my left side, which is my silver side. So what I want to do next is go ahead and mix some of my glitter with Mod Podge and cover this side. So I'll do that next, but the reason that I do that is because there's going to be spaces where you can't fit a gem, so I want that to blink also. So that's the reason I'll be adding glitter to the background. Okay, so let's just get started. I'll be using a paintbrush, some of this gloss Mod Podge, but you don't have to use the gloss kind, you can use whatever kind. And Dollar Tree actually carries some of the small containers of the Mod Podge. I'll be using this glitter, and I picked this up from Walmart. It's from a company called Horizon Group. But this glitter is everything, guys. I really love this glitter. And if you want yours to bling the way that my mask blings, then you would definitely want to get this glitter because it's everything. It's beautiful. And it comes with 12 different colors. I think this package was about $7. But I'm going to go ahead and take the silver out now so we can get started. So what I'm going to do is add some Mod Podge in here. Put some glitter in there and then mix it up. And then I'll start painting the left side of the mask. Okay, so we can just start brushing this on. And if you've used Mod Podge before, you'll know that it dries clear, so all you'll see is the glitter. Alright, so let's get started. Okay guys, so that's where we are so far. I'm going to let this dry. Come back and use the rest of this Mod Podge on this side. Let that dry. Then I'll come back and add the gemstones to this side. And after that's done, we can go ahead and finish on the right side. So stay tuned for that. Okay guys, I'm back. And I've completed putting 2 layers of my glitter and Mod Podge mixture onto this side of the mask. And it's completely dry. So the next thing I want to do is add some gemstones. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is very time consuming. Another option is you can use some bling wrap. Dollar Tree has these sheets of bling, and Dollar Tree also has these rolls of bling wrap that you can use. So you can use these to cover the mask if you want to. And if you guys would like to see that done, then just leave me a comment below and I can show you how to do that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and complete this mask So I have my glue gun here, and I'll be using it to add my gems on. And the reason I'm using a hot glue is because it doesn't take away the bling from the gemstone. I found when I use my epoxy glues or E6000 or even the Dollar Tree glue that it actually dulls the gems out. So excuse this paint because I'm working on another project too. So yeah, even when you use the Dollar Tree glue, it actually dulls out the gems. So use hot glue if you want to really bling this out. So the first thing that I want to do is, oh, and I picked these up at Michael's, guys, and make sure you use your coupon. So there's different sizes in here. I'm going to start probably with some smaller ones and maybe kind of go around the eye a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this started. Put like a little drop of glue. I think I probably need to use my other glue gun. So now we have that one down, and I'll just start adding gems wherever. Okay, and when you're using your hot glue, try not to touch the Mod Podge and glitter mixture because it will melt away. And if that happens, then just use a gem to cover that area. So don't worry too much about that. I just want to let you know that much. But it definitely will melt it away. So what I'm going to do now is just put down a lot of these gems so you can see how it goes. So maybe I'll come back in when I'm halfway done and let you see where I'm at before we finish up. But there's no reason to watch the whole process. I had to stop for a minute because I wanted to change out my glue gun. This one has a smaller tip, so I'll be using this one instead. Alright, and as you go, you'll see that you'll get a lot of these glue webs, so just clean them up as you go. So I'm just going to continue adding my gems on here, and like I said before, I just go ahead and probably do about half the mask and then come back when I'm completely done. Okay everyone, I'm back and this is how far I've gotten. While I was putting the gemstones on, the camera shut down, so I just kept on going. So this has been probably 2 hours. So this is going to take me at least another 2 hours to complete. So please know that this craft takes time. So what I'm going to do now is just go upstairs and watch a movie and continue to put on these gemstones until I'm done. And then once that's completed, I'll come back and we'll do this side. So hold on tight for that, guys. Okay everyone, we are back, and as you can see, I'm finally done. This took me about 4 hours. So like I said before, you have to be patient if you want to use the gemstones on your mask. I still need to go in and clean up the glue, but since I took it upstairs in my bedroom and sat there and watched TV, I went ahead and put the original mask behind it for support. So I'll just go ahead and move that now. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, oh, let me show you this. When you look at the bottom, you can see that I left this opening just because I'm not sure exactly how I want to mount it, but I'm sure I'm going to make it stand upward on something at some point, probably within this week. So I'm just going to leave that open for now. Then I'll come back and fill in any open spaces if I need to. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing that I did for this side. I'm going to mix some blue glitter with Mod Podge and coat the back of this. And again, guys, I'm using the glitter from this little package that I got from Walmart. Go ahead and start painting this on. I'm going to be careful not to get too much on my gems. That's some glue right there. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. Just go ahead and completely cover this, and I'm going to do about 2 layers, and then I'll come back and finish up. When you're putting the glitter and Mod Podge mixture on this side, try and do it as smoothly as possible because we won't be putting any gemstones on this side. Finish off with the strokes in one direction. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, come back and finish putting this on there. Okay guys, so this is the blue side after 2 coats of the glitter and Mod Podge mixture. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and paint on some Mod Podge, and then I'm going to sprinkle the glitter on top. And the reason I painted the back like I did is because over time it will lose some of the glitter. It'll still have this background, so it won't look bad. But you can always come back in and touch it up. Take this piece of paper and partially cover the gems because I don't want to get glitter all over the gems. But I'm going to be really generous by using the big part of the opener. And just shake off all your excess glitter. Alright, so this is where we are so far. So what I'll do is let this dry, and then I'll come in and do one more coat of Mod Podge and another layer of glitter. Hi everyone, I'm back, and I'm so happy to announce that I'm completely done decorating my mask. Now the next thing that I will need to do is to mount it, so we'll do that in the next video. But let me show you how it turned out. This is how it turned out. Isn't that beautiful? Who would think you could create something this beautiful from junk mail? So the next time you get some junk mail, think about this before you toss it out. Now, like I stated before, you do not have to do the method that I chose to do. I had a totally different reason for doing it that way when I first made those masks. I actually made 3 of them. And I might still do that project. I didn't complete it because I got bored one day and just decided to do something different with one of them. You can use different colors, and like I said before, if you don't want to use the gemstones, you can use the bling. And if you guys want to see me bling one out with the Dollar Tree bling, just leave it in the comment below. So comment below which side is your favorite, or which mask is your favorite. Now this is the first one that I did, and this is the one that everybody's seen in the videos, and I got so many questions about it. Did I make it? Will I do a DIY on it? All of that. So it's finally here. I used the exact same glitter to create this one, but if you notice, this one looks a little bit lighter. So I don't know if they changed the formula or whatever, or maybe the glitter changed colors over time, but it's still really beautiful. And if you want to do the little teardrop, all you have to do is just mark that out with a pencil and just bead around it. So you'll have that, and then fill it in with the glitter. But yeah, it's as simple as that. I probably put that tear there because it took me so long to make it. But yeah, as you can see here at the bottom, I left an open space, and on here too I left an open space. So we'll come back in the next video and mount these so you can decide on how you want to do them. Me personally, I wouldn't want to put them on the wall. I just think they look really cute, like displayed on some type of stand. But yeah, guys, that's it. If you want to finish the back off, you can spray paint the back before you even put on your bling. So that's an option for you, or fill it in or bling the back out. So I don't know, I might come back later and bling the back out or paint it. But I kind of like it the way it is because I'm weird like that. I kind of like, you know, for people to see what it was, what it came from, you know, what lived behind it. So I might just leave it that way. Who knows? We'll see. So yeah, guys, that's it. I hope you guys find this inspiring. Comment below which one of these are your favorite. And if you decide to make one, what colors would you use? Make sure you check out my second channel, Venus Crafts. I will be doing some simpler home decor DIYs on that channel, along with other crafts as well. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. I hope you liked this DIY, and if you did, please leave me a thumbs up. So that's it for now, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.